Hi Aquarius, how's everybody doing? If you hear some like wild thumping or running around, it's just she's parading right now. Is my cat, for anybody new. So yeah, if you hear anything getting knocked over, it's just her having a good time. For anybody new, my name is Gabriella. Welcome to the channel. Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. All right, Aquarius, let's see what's going on. Also, for anybody that doesn't know, I channel as well as interpret the tarot cards. We're starting off with Strength and the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. I'm hearing the word fierce. Now I'm hearing fierce love. That sounds like a sign-off or something. Like somebody ending a letter with that. Okay, so I don't know I don't know if this is you or if this is somebody that you've been dealing with. You know, like, is this an Aquarian reading if the Knight of Wands does not appear? Recently I've been feeling like this. So for some of you, you've been dealing with somebody and what you want and what they want is very different. And so it may feel very difficult, but you are being guided to end something. You see this? This is like not going to be an easy ending, but you know something is going on that's out of alignment, and so it comes time for you to finish something. This can mean like you've even been dragging something out, and maybe because of like an attachment that you have with someone, even though you know that things aren't working out, you still won't leave them alone, is what I'm hearing. I'm getting a Sierra song. I think the song is called, it's like I Can't Leave Them Alone. It's by Sierra. 50 Cent is in it. This is what I'm getting. Look up the lyrics if you feel guided. But yeah, it's somebody that I think that song is actually about like wanting somebody that's bad rather than somebody that's good, or like it's something along the lines of that. But this is what I'm seeing for you. There's just something going on that's not working for you anymore. And like, you know, this is like a person popping up into your life that is like playing games with you, or it's like they want to keep it player. They're not trying to have a monogamous relationship with you, but you do want a monogamous relationship. However, you've still been like carrying something on with this person. Or for some of you, you feel like you can't trust them. For others of you, they're just like extremely inconsistent within your life. I'm seeing it almost be a notion of like you have certain things together in your life, and like maybe for some of you it's like this person is not, like, you don't feel like an equal with them. For some of them it has something to do, for some of you it has something to do with even their job. It would be more than just that, but I'm definitely getting that coming through. For those of you that are in the reverse, this would mean that you could be hanging out with someone and they have like a different idea of what's going on within your connection. This person would have told you that like they want a relationship, they want a connection, they want something monogamous with you, and you're not in the spot where you're ready for that. And so like continuing something onward may be like damaging to your actual connection with this person, and maybe you also feel like you're hurting this person in some type of way. This could also mean too, like being in a relationship with someone and like saying that you're committed, but then not actually being committed to it. So remember, like, energies can always be reversed. Like, as much as this can be like you trying to tie somebody down that's like, get away from me, like don't come at me with those chains. It can also be the reverse, and so it can be you like flirting with other people or doing whatever when you know, I'm hearing you have a wife and kids at home. It's just what we're channeling, what's coming through. So put the energy where it plays for you. I'm seeing a shooting star here. Yeah, I'm looking at justice. For some of you, you're going through some type of divorce even, but this may be something hard, but I'm seeing it be like the desire to have a new beginning is what pushes this thing through. It doesn't have to be legal for all of you, but like for a small number of you, I'm seeing something actually about divorce or like some type of legal action that's being taken. For others of you, this is something like more spiritually or like astrally based, which would mean that like, you know, it's only right to have an ending with this person, otherwise something out of balance is going to remain. But like, to start off with this strength card means that like you're gonna have to be brave with this. Like, this is something that takes, the strength card speaks about like a sense of mindfulness, a sense of endurance, a sense of like doing the right thing even when it's a more difficult decision for you to make, but it's the choice that like possesses a sense of integrity, and that's the importance of it. And this is what I'm seeing here. Like, there's a sense of needing to be loyal to yourself, needing to be like honest with yourself and also this person that you've been dealing with. And I'm just seeing something that needs to come to an end. Otherwise, there are going to be karmic implications of this, is what I'm getting. For some of you, the karmic implications of not ending this, and for some of you, you may not even be in contact with this person anymore. However, it's like you're still stalking them on social media, or you're still checking up on them, or you keep watching tarot readings about what's going on in their life. Like, whatever it is for you, like, because you're maintaining that energetic connection, it's like there's somebody that's actually would be extremely compatible for you, but the karmic justice for you not leaving this person alone, that like things are done with, is that you're gonna miss out on a chance to be with this new person. Because I'm seeing the Two of Cups. But if you make the decision to end something that needs to end, I'm hearing truth and finally, and I'm hearing once and for all. Once this happens, there's the potential to actually connect with somebody that you're going to have something mutually going on with them, where like everybody's on the same page, rather than you either feeling like you're reaching for somebody that's kind of absent, or vice versa. I'm hearing relocate. There's something here about taking a break. For some of you, I'm hearing spa. I'm hearing spa treatment. I'm seeing something going on with like some type of self-care, like getting restful sleep, things like that, where you're prioritizing yourself and your needs. I'm even getting something about, like some type of device. For some of you, this looks like one of those SAD lights. SAD is an acronym. It's what is it? Seasonal affective disorder? Seasonal affect? It's something like that. It's like when you feel, when, I don't know why, like I have this smile on my face. There's like something going on energetically. I just like need you guys to know this, like where this is coming from. This is like coming through within the energy that I'm channeling. I'm getting like somebody within some type of energy where, I don't know, we're gonna tap into it further and see what's going on here. But yeah, I'm definitely like getting somebody's energy feeling like a bit elevated. And like, I want you guys to know too, I know that I used to make these announcements in the beginning of the channel. I am always 100% sober, not only when I do the readings, but also within my life too. So just like know that as well. But yeah, I'm even like feeling the effect of something right now. So like maybe somebody's on something, I don't know what's going on, but I'm feeling that a little bit. Or maybe somebody's just like extremely happy about something that they're doing. I'm seeing something about, or there's something oscillating with the mood. I'm even getting this too. So I'm seeing one of those lights that's one of the sad lights. So some people have this thing where like when the seasons are changing and when it gets cold outside, and like I guess at other times too, they have like an oscillating mood, and so they can like fall into a sense of depression like in the winter or whatever it is. So I'm seeing something about that. But for others of you, it can even be like putting your phone on some sort of timer or putting it on do not disturb even when you're sleeping, because I'm seeing you like actually getting sleep and like not being disturbed by your phone. So it's like I'm getting something about still receiving messages, but you may have like the noise turned down on it. Some of you may actually even be like ignoring or missing certain calls because you need to take time away, is what I'm hearing. I don't know what is so funny, but I keep feeling this energy of like I'm about to laugh. I have no idea what this is about. I'm hearing onlooker. This is a moment where if you're unwilling to go in the direction that like karmically you're being guided into, like what your guides are telling you, what your intuition is telling you, like when we talk about karmic effects and like stuff that can happen based off of like whether or not you're following your intuition, the person that is affected by the choices that you make first and foremost is always going to be you. And so like if you are refusing to open yourself up to something, or you're seeing very clearly that your guides are like this is out of alignment and this is in alignment, or like intuitively you're picking this up, if you are ignoring this, like you are the only one that's going to be affected by this in like this vacuum of the reading that we're doing here. So it's like you may be cutting yourself off from an opportunity. I'm seeing this more than anything, and it's like you need time to yourself to disconnect in some sort of way, to ground your energy, because there's something going on that I'm seeing like a continuation of something that like is not what you want. And this can be you're caught up in one of those situations where it's like, oh, I see the potential in them, or like what it could be, or this connection that I have with this person, but it never delivers. And so you are keeping yourself in this spot, like rather than seeing what's going on and being like, okay, I accept the reality of this situation, because you have all of these unrealistic models of what's going on between you and this person or what will go on. This is keeping you around, but this is just like the imaginary space. Like who's to say that this is ever actually going to be what you want it to be? And if you're basing it just off of the experience that you've had with this person, you recognize that it's not what you want. There's a lack of fulfillment here, and I'm seeing this so very clearly. So it's like you can either take that and accept the situation for what it is and recognize that you're not finding what you want here and that you're not going to, and move forward, or you can stay in that space where you're like, maybe one day, and then like one day may never happen. But it's all going to be your choice. But I'm seeing like there is going to be, if you are holding on to something that is like a model or an expectation that is not aligned with reality, I'm seeing like this sense of bitterness that you're going to be feeling, because you know like what you could actually have. Like, you know what that looks like, you know what that feels like, you know what it would be like to have the Two of Cups for you, and you know that what you have right now is not the Two of Cups. And for some of you too, this can be something from your past. But for a lot of you, I'm seeing something specifically, like at least for this reading particularly, this is something that you've been going through. And it's like, you can have this Two of Cups, but it means letting go of this other thing. In like every sense of letting something go. So that means like, I'm hearing no more trifling through, why the word trifling? Through, through pictures, I'm sorry. Through pictures. It means like, I'm just seeing all of this stuff. Like, I don't know why, like I'm seeing somebody's guides be like a comedy show. Actually, I'm seeing like a montage within a movie, and I'm hearing, wouldn't it be nice? It's like all of these like romantic things that you're like looking at, and but there's a sense of like doing all of this stuff alone, as if you're like dancing with a ghost. This is the type of vibe that I'm getting with you and this person. So like in a way, it just feels very much like a fantasy. I'm hearing Fantasy by Mariah Carey. I'm pretty sure that's the name of the song. So maybe they're like trying to joke with you to lighten the mood. Because honestly, this feels like kind of a more somber reading, but somebody's guides are a comedy team. And I'm cool with that. So you may also feel like a bit overworked too, and just having a hard time feeling connected. Like, I'm just even seeing somebody holding a stick and just like poking mud with it. You see this Five of Swords? It's like just doing nonsensical things and like feeling salty about it. Do you see the face? That face? I wish that it would like clear up, but it's just like such a pout that this person has. But you don't have to stick in this energy. That's the thing. Some of you too are like, well, what if I don't find another connection? It's like you're holding on to wisps of clouds for fear of like not finding another nice cloud. However, it's one of those moments where, like, when you think about it, what are you actually holding on to when it comes to this person? Because it seems more like memories and stuff that isn't actually going on. More like hopes and dreams rather than like the reality of what's happening between you and this person. Ooh, plot twist. I'm getting the notion here of, like, maybe this is even the form of intimacy that you feel comfortable with. Like, having somebody that never actually delivers also. Which is, like, also shadow work that would be needed here. Because, like, something is unhealed then, if that's what you're comfortable with. It's, like, actually shying away from, like, reciprocated intimacy that you would have with someone consistently in a safe, secure relationship. That could have been what you saw modeled with your parents, too, or your guardians, or whoever you spent a lot of time with growing up and coming of age. But I'm seeing you stepping into an energy where you're going to be more vocal. But it seems like it's only after you take like some sort of break or rest for yourself that you need. I'm seeing something about feeling like you can dream again after like not having felt like that. And there's like something that you want to bring to light, something that you want to speak, and it looks like you're actually going to end up like ending things for real because you're not finding what you're looking for. You haven't found what you were looking for with the connection that you have with this person. I'm hearing state change. So like your abundance is going to come to fruition after this ending is what I'm seeing. It's like you go from feeling the 8 of Cups, which is like feeling this sense of emptiness, like a lack of emotional and spiritual fulfillment, and recognizing that like you have to go seek it on your own, but in order to do that you have to leave something behind. So it's like then you transition from the 8 of Cups to the 9 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Pentacles is a card of abundance and like things coming to fruition that you had gone out and sought. And for some of you too, you've been playing along with somebody that's meant to be on their own right now. Like I'm seeing somebody like dealing with something karmically. So you could have also been kind of carrying someone else's karma for them. And it looks like you're going to be having some sort of release here. Because it looks like you've been karmically impacted by this person. And like that's also a choice too. If you don't want to carry somebody's karma and you're not willing to do that, then you don't have the backlash of any of that. It's always a choice. But yeah, it just seems like this person had maybe been in a place where they hadn't like been learning their own lessons. And so like stuff going on with them wasn't going to actually change. So that's why the separation was needed. I'm looking at Leo and Libra, by the way. I'm getting a little temper tantrum energy with this person. I'm seeing somebody that doesn't like when they don't get their way. Raise your hands if that's who you've been dealing with. I'm hearing the Little Prince. This person, whether or not they let you know, is happy that you've been sticking around. I'm hearing because they know that you could do better. Like, I'm actually seeing this person feel, like, slighted and actually jealous when you have things going on for yourself. Like, I'm seeing this person, I don't think that they would go out of their way to validate you in any sort of way or empower you, because then they would feel like you would leave them. This is what I'm seeing. But I'm seeing this person actually recognizes your potential to be, like, independent and do things on your own. Something's blocked with their throat chakra. I'm feeling pain on the right side of my throat chakra. But yeah, this is about you taking matters into your own hands and rising above and getting things done. Working through like the difficult setting or scenario that you're in. If you put in the consistency and the hard work, I'm seeing like a lot of like fortune and abundance like coming onto your, like I'm seeing you Aquarius be so beyond capable of achieving these things that you want to achieve. I'm just also seeing that like this person's energy you have been allowing it to hold you back from like reaching. Like, I'm even seeing you like hosting stuff. I'm seeing just a bunch of different dreams that you have of being able to, like, things that you want to explore and things that bring you a sense of joy and happiness, and you just feeling like you can like fill out in the way that you are meant to and be meeting your potential in so many ways. And because of like staying in this situation or even this mindset, like when we talk about you having a relationship with a person that's feeling these ways, this can be like you and another piece of yourself, another aspect of yourself. Like for some of you, this is your shadow that you're dealing with. Once this is worked out, there's so much that's going to be happening for you. But there's just this little step of needing to like actually finally break away from whatever this thing is for you. So you can actually have a new adventure. I'm also seeing Virgo here too. Had to slide that in there. Is what I'm hearing. This vibe actually reminds me, like the energy that I'm feeling, it reminds me of a Virgo reading that I did not too long ago. I feel like I was laughing that entire reading. It was like something really funny about the hermit, and like here the hermit is showing up. Yeah, I'm even seeing like a montage of like all of these things that are going to be happening in the future for you. But it's just about like you actually needing to take action in this way for yourself, like advocate for yourself, and then it's like out of nowhere. It's kind of like you've been living in this house, and like every time you try to plant things in the garden, like an animal comes and eats them, or like something happens and it's just not working, and it's like finally you make this empowering decision for yourself that like you've been putting off, or like you hadn't found the words yet, or just like you hadn't done it for whatever your reason was. And then it's like you didn't even try to replant anything, but you like, I'm seeing someone like opening up their window, and their garden's popping outside. It's just crazy and amazing and beautiful, and it's like all of the abundance is just there for you. But I'm seeing it be based off of something that you're like, oh, it was really that this whole time, like that little decision that I needed to make. But it's something that has like really intense, a really intense, energetic, I'm hearing implication. So I'm seeing this make a whole big difference for you. This does mean that it looks like something that in some type of way you have an attachment to, but you know that it's not it for you. Intuitively, you know what the deal is between you and this person. But consciously, you may not have been ready to accept it yet. And that was the only thing that was holding you back from taking action in the way that you needed to. And also because like you may just have been like having some sort of like chronic stress or like something going on that also, I'm also hearing fatigue that was making it harder to deal with stuff, or like now I'm hearing bipolar. Like maybe you had something going on too with your mental health that was making it more difficult to do this. But I'm seeing this sense of like you taking care of yourself and feeling like strengthened again, and this helps you clear your head and do something that you needed to do. There's also a notion too that in doing this, the way that you're going to be affected is you are going to recognize that nobody is able to penetrate your energy unless you allow them to. Like, you know how sometimes people talk about like psychic attacks and stuff like that? The only time a psychic attack can affect you And, like, we also have to get, like, clear on what that is in the first place, because, like, I think some people think it's something other than what it actually is. Like, it can be anything. Like, we can call a psychic attack, like, you're trying on clothes at the store and you ask somebody how you look, and they, like, say something that brings you down, or you don't feel good in the outfit. Like, we can even call that a psychic attack. So it's anything where you feel like somebody is affecting you mentally, but it's not somebody, like, pouring potions in their backyard, like, doing spell work on you. Like, I want to be, like, very realistic within the reading. It's more so, like, within these interactions that you have with people, the way that you feel affected by how they interact with you, and specifically, like, what they're saying to you. So for some of you, you could have felt like you were, like, in some sort of role, like, as a victim, or that, like, you couldn't control the way that, like, people, like, manipulated your energy and stuff like that. And, like, once you make this decision, I'm seeing you recognize that, like, when you are at a particular vibration, nothing that nobody else is doing is going to be able to affect you. You just have to have your vibration be high enough to not be penetrated. Like, you have to learn how to protect your energy. But that's also personal work that we have to do too. It's not just, it's like a mentality and, like, stuff with your spirituality, and, like, a vibrational thing that you have to get into. It's essentially alchemy. But yeah, I don't want to, like, get too far into it. This is just, like, a brief overview, because we can talk about that for a long time. But it's coming up, so I understand that it's relevant. Leo, Libra, Uranus energy, Virgo. So after taking a deep dive and looking within the heart space and seeing what you find and leveling with yourself, I'm seeing a decision I'm hearing that is now ready to be made. Connected to your pursuit of happiness. Seeing something about drawing here. Seeing little caricatures. I'm hearing the name Odin. I'm seeing somebody that has a tattoo or tattoos on their hand, or, like, some sort of ink. It can be henna. I'm hearing Indian. I'm hearing Lebanese. The only way that you are not going to accomplish what you want to accomplish, and you're not going to pursue what you want to pursue, like, for you personally, like, your personal goals and stuff, is if you don't think that you can. And, like, really let that sink in, because I'm seeing something that, when it comes to, like, what you want in your personal pursuit of happiness, And I'm not talking about, I don't know why we're being guided to clarify this, but it's coming through. I'm not talking about you wanting to connect with somebody that does not mutually feel the way that you do. Okay, can we leave that? Yes. So I'm talking about like your personal goals and you personally like pursuing your sense of happiness in alignment with you and like the highest good of yourself and those around you and all of that good stuff. The only way that you will not accomplish this again is if like you convince yourself that you can't accomplish this. I'm seeing it all be a matter of will and you believing in like your dreams and these things that you want to do. I'm hearing sundial enough to like follow through with this and be consistent and put in the work that you need to put in. For some of you, this is about like studying something that you want to study, pursuing a job or a career that you want. It can be like exploring an activity or like a hobby that you want to do or like some skill that you want to gain. It's like I'm just seeing this whole like rainbow of dreams of like all of these different things that like somebody would want to pursue. I'm seeing stuff about like jewelry, bracelets, necklaces. I'm hearing anklets. I'm seeing stuff with like metalwork. I'm seeing a bunch of things here. I'm hearing candles also. I'm seeing stuff with crystals. I'm seeing like chandelier, interior design, a bunch of different stuff. So if you believe in yourself and in your passions and in your dreams and these things that you want to pursue, the universe is going to support you doing this. It's just a matter of you like getting out of this space that you put yourself in mentally, feeling like you can't accomplish these things that you want to accomplish. So this is about you rooting for yourself and cheering for yourself as if it were your best friend, somebody that you care about and somebody that you support and somebody that you're loyal to. Treat yourself in that way and you're going to see these things that become possible that maybe you didn't think were possible before. But it's all about you having faith in yourself and also like the universe and your guides, and that you are supported, and that when you're pursuing things that are in alignment for you, these things like actually do happen. And that is true alchemy. That is truly how we manifest the things that we want, by believing in ourselves and our manifestations and doing things in alignment with the highest good and with the path that we've been guided upon. And we get to choose that for ourselves. Oh, what a throwback. One of the stars in here reminds me of like these stickers that we had when I was small. They almost looked like tattoos, except they weren't. They were like stickers, but for your skin. But sometimes they had like jewels in them and stuff. I'm seeing like a particular star. It's this thing right here. I think that it was like body jewelry stickers. I'm pretty sure. See that thing right there? That also reminds me of like when it was popular for people to get like the sun tattooed around their belly button. I'm getting something about the beach now. So once you sort all of this stuff out, and I'm seeing something that you may want to take it upon yourself to like sort through something privately. I'm hearing privately owned. I'm getting something even about a garage now. Once you sort through this stuff and like figure it out and get to a place where like you can encourage yourself and figure out like where your fear space is, like what's been holding you back, what's going on with your shadow, like why have you not pursued these things, or like what has been the hold up for you, and sort through all of that. I'm seeing you get to a place where you're actually comfortable bringing something to light then. So this can mean like making some sort of announcement or big decision, important decision that you're going to make about like where you're going next and what you're going to be pursuing. I'm seeing a 20 here. What you're going to be pursuing next. This speaks about like a project that you're starting and like a new direction that you want to go in, something you feel inspired and excited about and passionate about, that like just brings you a sense of, I'm hearing freshness. It's pursuing something that brings a sense of magic into your life. I'm looking at the High Priestess. Brings a sense of magic into your life. This feels like getting very connected with your MC, with your North Node, with your Mars, and like figuring out what that means for you. For some of you, you may be getting your birth chart analyzed for like career, like a path. Note too that like you don't have to do that. I'm just saying that because it's coming through, but like you can learn astrology yourself, or like if you are intuitively in touch, you will be able to follow the path of your birth chart without even like needing to know anything about that or even looking at it. It's just there kind of to make it more explicit and concrete for you. But it's interesting because like many people that are not so familiar with astrology end up like aligning with their chart completely, like with their North Node and their Mars and their MC and like what those implications are. And that's the direction that they end up going into. Making an announcement about a direction that you're going to go in, something that you're going to be pursuing. I'm seeing something extremely in alignment with you energetically. It's like even having this higher knowing that something is right for you, or it's going to bring you a sense of happiness. And we're also looking at the Empress here. So this is you having like some sort of original creation, some sort of idea. I'm seeing you being extremely tapped into something here. I'm hearing that you needed to connect with. I'm hearing fabric design. I'm getting something about buttons too. Yeah, all you have to do, easier said than done for sure. All you have to do is sort out whatever this thing is. The Eight of Swords is this self-imposed space that we keep ourselves in when we feel helpless and like we can't go after the things that we want to go after, or we can't make the moves that we want to move because we're not believing in ourselves and because we're not empowering ourselves. And I'm seeing like this is what we're letting go of. That mentality in order to pursue these things that are ready and waiting for you to pursue. I'm looking at Virgo, Pluto, Venus, and the Moon. I also see the High Priestess as the 12th house. I'm getting something about like birth chart analysis again. Specifically with the things that would like align you with career path. Maybe somebody's been thinking about doing that. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.